Hey, it's Dorleen, and I'm doing a Cricut project today. My son's birthday's coming up, and I decided to make one of these paper ball caps that is on the Cricut projects. So you can see here that I actually customize the colors because in the project it shows all of the hat pieces the same color. I decided to change 3 to black, 3 to orange, because that's the San Francisco Giants team, and that's the hat that I was creating. So when you go to the Cricut Design Space, they do have a whole bunch of projects, and here it is right here. And so I knew that was the one I was going to do. Now the great thing is it came with directions, which I'm so thankful for, because I don't think I would have been able to figure it out myself. So thank you, Cricut, for that. So what I did is I just really went step by step according to the instructions, laid it out exactly how they showed it, and created it that way. I did decide to film it because sometimes it helps to have a little bit more visual or actually see people put it together. So for the majority of the box, or the assembly of the box, I used Aleene's tacky glue. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. Because originally I thought I would use the glue gun, but I'm so glad I didn't, because you really need some wiggle room, and that tacky glue is you can move things because it doesn't stick right away, but yet it glues, or it dries quicker than just like a regular glue. Now you do see me using my Nuvo glue here, and that's only because this one I didn't need to wiggle around, and since the pieces were so small, I really like this glue because it has the smaller nozzle. And that's the only reason why I use that one. But otherwise, everything is done using that Aleene's tacky glue in the brown bottle, which is great. And I'm sure if you're a crafter, you already know this. But so again, following the instructions, I just folded down the score marks, and then I just assembled each piece together. And I went orange and black, orange and black, orange and black to create it. So the first couple of them, super simple. It does recommend you start from the bottom up. So you'll see me doing that. Again, it's pretty simple. You just really attaching the edges of both pieces, the one with the little tabs and the one without, just together, just like that. It's super easy, no big deal. And you continue to do that going through each piece, which is 6 total. So I started with the one part of the cap. You can see it right there in my left hand. It has the faux, what do you call that? The hat sizing, little tab thing, which I think is so cute that they did that. That's such a small detail, but really does make it look so realistic. So you can see me here. I'm really fiddling. So even though it's pretty simple, but because it's curved, it does take a little bit, like I said, to wiggle around and get it right. And so you're just using whatever you need. If you need your mat to do that, you need your fingers. I'm pressing down on the inside, which of course you can't see. And like I said, it's pretty simple for the most part. But once the hat starts really forming, and I want to say like 4 or 5 pieces in, like you've got to kind of stretch it out to assemble it. And it does get a little bit harder just because of the size of the cap. But again, it's pretty simple. You're really just gluing the tabs to the next part of the hat. But I'm so thankful I didn't use a glue gun, because like I mentioned before, I was fiddling around a lot, and because you want it to line up perfectly, really, to make it look better. I may try doing it with the glue gun, sorry, because at least it would stay. But and just for my own self, thinking I might try it, but I'm sure I'll have a whole bunch of glue marks on my fingers, because you know how that is. So the very last piece, or the last 2 pieces, Cricut does recommend that you glue from the top down when you do those final the final assembly of that top part of the cap. So, and that's probably because at that point, everything is just kind of folded in on itself, which you can see right here. And then you kind of have to open it up to really get those last 2 to stick. And it really is easier to do it from the top down. So Cricut does know what it's talking about. But again, check out the Cricut projects, and sometimes they have videos, but this time they just had the step-by-step instruction, which was fine because it all was very easy to figure out. It just made a lot of sense. But the main thing, like I mentioned, is you want to make sure that the edge of the one side matches the edge with the notches. I hope that makes sense, because you really want the box to be the size it's supposed to be. So once I do that, then we just glue on that top button. And again, just use Aleene's glue. Use my fingers to press it down, make sure it was on there securely. And then you notice there I also used some paper clips to hold things. And I just did that because I just didn't feel like I was going to sit there and pinch it and hold it for so long. So, have some paper clips near you if that's something you like to do. So once you're done with that, now the next part, again, going through step-by-step instructions by Cricut in Design Space, is now I'm doing the box. And, I just laid them out. Again, I alternated between black and orange. And then, pretty much doing the same thing. You put glue on the bottom tab, and the tab is underneath the, what is that, a pentagon, whatever shape that is. I'm so bad. And then also on the tabs that you fold over, and then you just pretty much the same kind of idea, is you're just building this box one section at a time. Again, super simple. Just make sure that the right and left edges of the box match the sides of the hexagon. And, that creates the box, and it creates it the perfect size in order for the top to fit on top. Anyhow, I hope you like this process. I hope seeing the visual does help you. But I would strongly recommend looking at the Cricut Access directions, and then looking at the videos, and then just really looking at it. These caps are so fun. Now, it just shows it in basic blue and Design Space, but you can use any color. I used mine here, like I said, a team that we like, but this could also be, like if you're making it for someone who enjoys like hunting. I've seen people do them in camo print, things like that, or camouflage. And so, you can really just do anything, but it's so cute and it looks so realistic. And I hope you're going to agree when you see the end. I mean, it's pretty amazing how cool these look. And I uploaded the SF from the San Francisco Giants from, I created my own SVG, and that's a whole other subject, and we could talk about that one later. But, and then the nice thing with the offset button is I was able to do an offset, one to just kind of make it, what would you call that? A border around it. And then I grouped it together and then did an offset to make a solid, so it really looked like a patch. And I even had, because I posted a picture of this completed cap, and I even had people ask, is that an actual patch that I used? And and the answer was no, it was paper. So you'll see it at the end. Like I said, it's pretty cool. Now, one thing too is I have the original Explorer Air, the first one, so I don't have a pen option or anything like that, but it does recommend a lot of pen marks, so I just removed those when I did my cap, so I didn't need to have them, and I could draw them in later if I wanted to. So there I am. Like I said, I mentioned that I created the SF, and I just put them, the layers on, and then I did the white bigger offset to create a patch look to it, and just attached it right there. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I am posting at least 2 videos a week, and one of those videos will be a scrapbooking video. A lot of times I incorporate my Cricut, so if you are here because it's a Cricut project, you will see more of those as well. But look at that, isn't that cute? So the reason why I have that SF up there on the top, because I couldn't for the life of me find that orange piece. I mean, I was digging everywhere, and so I just said, well, let me just make a new one. And then of course I found it, so I thought, well, I'll use one again, so I just kept it. So I just used some black crinkle fluff in the inside, and then I'm going to put a gift card in there for a birthday box or a gift box. But isn't that cute? I hope you agree. I'll talk to you later. Bye.